When the bells began to ring, Franklin knew a storm was approaching. But if he had fully understood the power of lightning, Franklin might never have flown his kite. Several researchers who tried to duplicate Franklin's kite experiment were killed. The destructive energy of a lightning bolt is almost inconceivable. If it hits a tree, the lightning seeks out the shortest path to the ground. If there is a damp crack in the trunk or a branch, it will follow that, blowing the tree apart. It may run down inside the bark, vaporizing the sap, which blows the bark off like an exploding grenade. Sometimes it will leap sideways out of the tree and strike anything standing nearby. A similar sideways leap almost killed Tony Scott, a telephone engineer in Miami. He knew the risks of working outside during thunderstorms and thought he took the right precautions.
I was here to add a second telephone line to the customer's house. I had just gotten off the telephone pole and hung the new service line to the house. It was hanging from the eave of the roof there while I was changing out the box. Next thing I know, I saw a flash. That's all I remember until I came to on the other side of the yard. The wire wasn't grounded or anything, and they tell me that what happened is lightning hit up on the pole there. Fortunately, went both ways in the cable, but also came down the service line, which wasn't grounded, and I was the closest ground. When I came to, I couldn't move. I was paralyzed, and I felt like I had a mouthful of silver, and I couldn't even spit it out because I couldn't turn my head or anything.
Often the victim will wake up after a strike still in the accident area and feel that they can't move because their lower extremities are paralyzed. Their legs, sometimes even an arm or both arms, will be that way for a period of time. They may also complain of either pain in those areas or just numbness, tingling, and those kinds of things. That's probably due to a parasympathetic nervous system injury.
At the hospital, they thought I had a stroke because half of my face was drooping down, but I ended up with a 20% hearing loss in my ear. Lost part of my eyebrow where I got hit there. It doesn't grow back, so I have to trim the other one to make them look even. But aside from that, I went through a year and a half of hell.
Its unpredictability and power make lightning protection an extreme challenge. Where will it strike? What protective measures can we take? To help answer these questions, at Camp Blanding near Gainesville, Florida, scientists spend the summer months triggering lightning strikes, using principles that Benjamin Franklin would easily have recognized. Here they fire rockets up into the heart of active thunderclouds. The site lies in Lightning Alley, a belt of land across central Florida. Lightning Alley has more thunderstorms than anywhere else in America. The rocket trails a fine copper wire behind it. The idea is for lightning to strike the rocket and then follow the wire down to the ground. The researchers can then study and measure the effects of lightning at close range.
Fields are starting to go negative. Let's make sure that the nickel A's are armed. Range control, this is the lightning side, over.
Range control.
Confirm at 1509, going hot. Everything's armed, turning on power, turning on air. Arming for rocket number 1. Fields are at -5. Moving to -7. -7 and arming. At -8 we fire. 3, 2, 1, fire.
This is potentially highly dangerous work. Safety is paramount. The scientists work inside shielded metal buildings, and the rockets are fired using fiber optic cables. If there were any direct electrical link to the launch tower, lightning could travel down the cables and into their safe area.
These are the two styles of rockets that we use at present. These are the spools that we attach to the bottom. It's very strong, and it simply has a copper center to it for the conductivity of the lightning. These came from France. These are the ones we use and are most reliable right now. The biggest problem is we have to use black powder. The motor has 900 grams of black powder under pressure, so they're very dangerous and could ignite at the slightest provocation. Our other style that we're using right now, which is a lot more desirable, and it makes it that way because it's got a parachute attached. Thus, it's recyclable. These are a before shot. This is an after.
The main aim of the research is to test cables and machinery used in the electrical power industry. Power cuts are often caused by lightning strikes to large outdoor installations. The researchers measure the enormous power surges during the triggered strikes to help develop new, more lightning-proof systems. Successful triggering requires experience and skill. The moment to launch must be precisely timed. As the negative charge increases in the cloud, sensors measure the corresponding positive field in the ground. They can only fire when this field reaches a critical level.
And fire.
Even then, they're not always successful. They trigger lightning on about 70% of launches. Sometimes they get more than they bargained for, and the triggered lightning sets off much more powerful natural strikes. We cannot predict lightning, but it is possible to detect strikes even hundreds of miles away. Screens at the National Lightning Detection Network in Tucson, Arizona, show every bolt in America within moments of it happening. Every lightning bolt emits a pulse of radio. A network of antennas picks up each pulse and calculates the strike's exact position. Each year in America, there are over 20 million bolts. The system detects them all. Gunner Blank uses a similar but portable radio detector to help him hunt for lightning storms.
Oh, nice one. The storm's putting out pretty good lightning over here.
Gunner is a cameraman. He shot most of the lightning in this film.
We got some 3 to 8 miles away.
His detector cannot pinpoint each bolt's position, but it can tell him how far away it is.
Another one, 8 to 20. Okay. Most probably it's going to be where the rain is falling, or just outside it. And we're up here on a little bit of a hill, so we're kind of exposed.
Gunner's problem is to know precisely how exposed he is. How big a risk is he actually taking?
With a lightning detector, it just gives us an idea of how far away the bolts are. You can also look and see. 0 to 3. This is going to be an inside the car storm pretty darn quick. Another one.
As the storm approaches, the lightning strikes get nearer and more frequent. These are perfect filming conditions.
Ooh, beauty! Oh, a beauty. Oh, that was a nice one. That's close. That's close. Like you get a lightning bolt coming right down the side. Just got it. Whoa, that was close. Oh, that was close. That was right down here at the end of the road.